Hey, I've already made a video about the synthesis machine, but we are facing the same situation as with implants. We have some changes and new mechanics to cover. The implants video has been updated and now it's time to revisit the synthesis machine. The synthesis machine is a powerful complement to traditional crafting in Corepunk. In this video we'll explore how this tool works and why it's so valuable. There are many specific ingredient combinations that will help improve your gear. As I write the script, I worry I might forget some of them, but I'll do my best to cover everything. Let's begin. Let's start with the basics. First of all, there are recipes in the game to craft all kinds of gear, whether it is an artifact, rune or alchemy consumable. Without the recipe you can't craft the gear item traditionally, because you simply won't see anything in the crafting stations until you learn some recipes. When using the synthesis machine, you also need to know the traditional recipe of the item you are going to craft, otherwise the craft won't work. Yet, this is only required when crafting an item. If you already have the item and just want to reroll stats, talents or upgrade it, you don't need to know the recipe. This is important to remember so you don't waste gold on recipes for items you aren't planning to craft. Another important detail is that synthesis machine can be used if your hero is below level 9. Every action in the synthesis machine consumes an item specifically designed for this purpose, synthesis fuel. Without it, the synthesis machine won't work. The price for one synthesis fuel typically ranges between 15 and 21 gold, depending on which NPC sells it. NPCs responsible for the 4 main gear systems, artifacts, weapons, runes and alchemy, usually have synthesis fuel among their goods. The price is often changed daily. If an artifact NPC sells fuel for 15 gold today, it doesn't mean fuel will have the same price tomorrow. Next, unlike traditional crafting that can fail without 100% efficiency, synthesis crafting never fails. If you use incorrect ingredients, they'll remain in their cells, only the synthesis fuel gets consumed. This is valuable when you want to protect your ingredients from being lost. For example, if you are crafting a tier 3 weapon with 0% efficiency in the weaponry profession, there is a 5% chance the craft will fail, causing you to lose your tier 2 weapon and tier 3 materials. By using the synthesis machine instead, you guarantee you won't lose anything during crafting. Another situation where synthesis is preferable is when you have 100% efficiency in artifacts but don't want to lose it by crafting weapons, runes or alchemy items. In this case you would lock your efficiency, but after locking you'll spend 4 gold per craft even when crafting with 100% efficiency. By using the synthesis machine instead, you avoid this 4 gold fee. Yes, synthesis fuel costs 15 gold per use, but the potential loss of ingredients from a failed traditional craft could cost much more than 15 gold, so the choice is yours. My responsibility is to make sure you understand these tricky details. One final basic feature of the synthesis machine is that it has a chance to produce an item of higher quality than originally intended, similar to the quality upgrade mechanic in traditional crafting. That's all for the basics. Now let's look at what the synthesis machine can do for you. The most popular use is rerolling stats on items. As I showed in my implants video, you can use this when you don't like the stats on an item you crafted or found. Maybe the main stats are too low or the secondary stats don't fit your build. Maybe your weapon has low crit chance or the wrong chip slot type. You can reroll almost any stat, though I'm not sure about alchemy items since they work differently and I haven't tested it myself. As mentioned, this stat rerolling feature is the most essential and popular function of the synthesis machine among players. The second feature is also very popular. Let's pretend you have a common artifact without secondary stats or a weapon without secondary chip slots. What do? We simply need to upgrade the quality of the item. There are a few ways to do this. The first option is to use an upgrade kit that matches your item's tier and quality level you want to achieve. However, if you take common gear and use an epic upgrade kit, it won't upgrade instantly to epic. Gear can only be upgraded in step-by-step quality order. The second option is to take 5 gear pieces of the same type and quality and put them in the synthesis machine. This will give you one item of one quality higher than the pieces you used. This process continues all the way up to epic overclocked gear, where each step requires 5 items of the same quality. The third opportunity to obtain a high quality item is to add a quality recipe of the item you are planning to synthesize. For example, while adding default ingredients to craft a graphene clock, we can simply add its epic recipe, and as a result we receive an epic item without needing to use upgrade kits. The next synthesis machine mechanic offers you the opportunity to get extra secondary stats on tier 1 and tier 2 artifacts, passive talent improvements on tier 3 artifacts, extra secondary chip slots on tier 1 and tier 2 weapons, mastery talent improvements on tier 3 weapons, and additional improvements to the bonuses that certain runes provide to your hero. To achieve any of these benefits, you need to create an upgraded or overclocked item. It's pretty simple system. Using a traditional recipe as an example, instead of using uncommon quality ingredients, we use rare or epic quality ingredients. For example, to craft a Steam Cells artifact, I need 2 stimulating implants of uncommon quality and 2 forest berries. But if I use epic quality stimulating implants instead, I'll get 2 secondary stats immediately in a common quality item. And after upgrading it to epic, we'll get a total of 5 secondary stats. As I mentioned, this applies to weapons to receive additional chip slots, runes, tier 3 artifacts and tier 3 weapons to improve talents. Just use ingredients of a higher quality. Let's combine these two systems together. We will use epic ingredients to create an overclocked item and at the same time use an epic recipe. In theory, this will give us an epic overclocked artifact with 5 secondary stats. I would like to create a petrified mana talisman. Instead of uncommon tier 1 artifacts, I am going to use epic ones plus the epic recipe. Again, don't forget that you need to know the recipes when crafting. Both the graphene clock and mana talisman are among the recipes I've already learned. You can also upgrade skins. The game features many skin types, each with their own quality levels. For example, common pants look a certain way, while the same pants of uncommon, rare or epic quality will look different. To upgrade a skin, you need to have it in your backpack. You can't upgrade skins that you already added to your wardrobe. Simply take the skin, add a skin upgrade kit, and you'll look beautiful as hell. Let's discuss another mechanic. This one is a little bit more complicated than the previous ones, but don't worry, I'll show you everything. Since we've been pretending throughout the video, let's pretend again. Let's say we want to craft a petrified mana talisman again, but we don't want to reroll its quality afterward. We want it to be ideal right from the start. And we have such an opportunity. What do we need for this craft? The main stats of ingredients we use for the synthesis must be 5-star quality. In our case, these are 5-star armor plate and 5-star mana amulet. Additionally, we need to obtain 2 recipes of the item we are going to craft. By following these 2 conditions, the item we craft through synthesis will have ideal stats. You can combine this mechanic with the overclocking mechanic. You just need epic ingredients with 5-star stats. You can also add an epic quality recipe for the synthesis, so in the end you'll get an epic overclocked item with ideal stats. Or you can simply synthesize an overclocked item with ideal stats and then upgrade its quality using upgrade kits. The choice is yours. Let's talk about dismantling items. If you have an artifact you don't need, you have 2 options. Keep it in your bank for later or break it down to get back some ingredients. When you use a dismantling tool with the artifact, you'll only get back a small part of what was used to make it. But if you also include the recipe for that artifact along with the dismantling tool, you'll get back all the original ingredients. You can break down multiple items at once, but remember that each item needs its own dismantling tool. You can't use one tool for multiple items. Another mechanic provides an opportunity to obtain one additional secondary stat for artifacts beyond what you can achieve by raising item quality or creating upgraded, overclocked versions. This additional stat isn't a standard one. Specific bosses on Prison Island can drop their heads if you meet certain conditions when defeating them. These heads can be used when crafting artifacts in the synthesis machine. By simply adding a head to your other ingredients, you'll receive an extra secondary stat with a specific bonus tied to that particular head. You can only insert one head-related bonus per artifact. All possible bonuses from these heads are shown on the screen. Before finishing, let's discuss alchemy. Unlike weaponry, artifacts and runes, which have gear items with varying power ranges, alchemy consumables provide fixed stat improvements for your hero. This makes synthesis mechanics for alchemy slightly different from other crafting systems. The game offers alchemy quality recipes that increase the number of potions produced when added to a synthesis craft. Uncommon recipes provide 4 potions, rare recipes provide 6, and epic recipes provide 10. You can also upgrade recipe quality by combining them. Converting 5 uncommon recipes creates 1 rare recipe, and 5 rare recipes convert into 1 epic recipe. The game also features enhanced tier 3 alchemy potions that last 10 minutes instead of the standard 5 and have a chance to trigger powerful buffs or unique effects. To craft a catalyzed alchemy potion in the synthesis machine, combine the normal potion ingredients plus 1 epic resource, a Grandmaster catalyst, and the epic recipe for that potion. I've covered most of the synthesis machine mechanics. I haven't explained how to improve talents with tier 3 weapons and artifacts yet. I'll make a separate video about this after the developers finish the mastery talent system. I'll add a link in the description when it's ready. Remember, this game is still in early access, so features might change. I'll update the pinned comment with any changes to the synthesis machine. Check it before crafting anything. If you have questions, just ask in the comments. I appreciate all feedback. Likes, dislikes, or comments. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.